Hey family, it's Marco Stats, and today I wanted to talk about my favorite memory with my favorite non-for-profit, Circles Ciphers, a restorative justice, hip-hop based, youth-led organization based out of the north side of Chicago in Rogers Park. I've had the pleasure of working with Circles Ciphers since 2016. The main demographic of the participants that come to our space and utilize our services are youth who have been formerly incarcerated or come from violent backgrounds. And in my 10 years of being with this organization, I have hundreds and probably thousands of wonderful memories of us working with the youth and working with our young people. But my favorite memory and something that really shaped my life was getting the opportunity to host freestyle circles inside of St. Charles Youth Prison. Shout out to Akeem and Anne-Marie, who also co-hosted during these circles. We got this opportunity of actually going to a youth prison and bringing our restorative justice practices in that facility and actually getting to talk to these incarcerated youth firsthand. And what made this experience even more special is that we got to connect with these young people using the power of hip hop, something that I loved my whole life. Hip hop was the mechanism that I used to cope once my mother died when I was 3 years old. Hip hop was the mechanism that I used to cope when I had a speech impediment and I couldn't say a sentence without stuttering. Hip hop was the mechanism that I used to cope when my father died of cancer. And now, look at the universe doing its thing, providing me with the opportunity to use a tool that has healed me my whole life, and now using that same tool to help others, to heal others. In these freestyle circles, we would freestyle over beats. We would listen to some of the latest music that was coming out because these young people that were incarcerated didn't have the access to go listen to the radio, to go look up the latest album that just dropped. So every single week was really exciting for them because they got the opportunity to hear these hip hop sounds, to get these updates on the culture. So I remember one time I played one of my songs in there, and it was interesting because, you know, the music that I make is kind of alternative, and I played it for this crowd of incarcerated young people, and they were kind of, you know, looking around, you know, trying to wonder if they really liked it or not. And then I remember we came back a few weeks later, and there was some youth that entered the program, and then one of them looked at me and was like, "Hey, you're the guy with that song, Me Against the World. They've been playing that song all through the cottage. I like that song, man." And at that very moment is where I recognized my divine purpose. So thank you, Circles, for everything that you've done, changing my life and giving me the opportunity to find my true purpose.